Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we are talking about some planetary energy that's affecting us already. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. I work with my angels and guides to assist my clients in many areas of their lives, to bring them special messages from loved ones who have passed, to dialogue with their angels for guidance into their own situation, or to assist them with their own psychic abilities. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. That's right, we're talking about Venus going into retrograde, and actually Venus started in its pre-shadow energy, kind of starting to slow down November 7th. And we've been kind of feeling that like more and more, some people more than others. And that's always about a retrograde cycle, is some people are going to feel it really, really intensely and other people aren't. It goes into full retrograde December 9th. And it will leave retrograde and move into post-shadow energy January 29th. And then it will leave post-shadow energy on March 1st of 2022. So let's talk about some of this energy that we're dealing with right now and kind of where are we coming at with all of this. So, of course, Venus is the planet of love. It's kind of like, and it may feel like your love life is stagnant during this time frame. And it really depends on where Venus is in your chart and what all of that means. And if you're really, really interested, find an astrologer to give you some more insight into that. Personally, for you, I think that's one of the best things. So this retrograde cycle for Venus is in the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn energy kind of allows this energy to change and shift a little bit more than I think it has in other Venus retrogrades. So since Venus doesn't rules matters of the heart, you'll want to be on guard for like your exes coming up. You may hear from people that you haven't heard from in forever, and just kind of like their energy coming back in, and you're like, okay, I haven't talked to you in 20 or 30 years or whatever. All of a sudden they're coming back in your life. And that's kind of that retrograde Venus energy. And then on top of that, you've got that Capricorn side as well. There will also be issues about power struggles in relationships, like who's going to lead and who's going to follow and who's going to do this, and issues maybe even in your career with that, who's going to lead, who's going to follow, who's setting the pace for everything, what are the boundaries, all of that kind of stuff. Venus really loves kind of some strict boundaries in certain areas, and you may feel it in your life, some stronger in some areas, stronger than others. Setting aside plenty of time to take care of ourselves, because Venus loves to take care of herself. Capricorn's energy doesn't know what to do with, to take a break. It just doesn't understand it. It's kind of like, no, we're go, go, go. Let's keep going. And so that's going to kind of push and pull on different people. This is the same reason why we may be feeling drained in our relationships. Also kind of like I need time to recharge my batteries, or I need some time to kind of recoup or refresh myself. Kind of when we deal with other aspects of Venus in retrograde in this cycle, is kind of like this energy of wanting to be more consistent, kind of like want to step out in our energy, kind of like I want to be seen and heard, and kind of this energy will be more pronounced than normal, kind of like I need to kind of be shown, like Venus of love. It's like I want to be out there, I want to have this energy, I want to have the limelight on me, I want everybody to know where I'm at. So you're going to see a lot of people kind of stepping up into their 5 minutes of fame of, I want to be known for this, or I want to do something in it, and you're going to see that more and more. And that's kind of one of those energies that people are going to be like, that's not a healthy boundary, or this is nowhere where I go. So everybody's been working through something a little bit different, but this is the energy that we're dealing with right now. So let's talk about a few things that we should and shouldn't be doing during Venus in retrograde. So one of the things to understand is Venus is the planet of abundance and beauty. And so no drastic changes while Venus is in retrograde. And that's starting November 7th all the way through March 1st of 2022. This is, don't have major changes to your hair, don't have major changes to your beauty routine, or changing cosmetic lines at this time. It can cause other issues as well. And then even going into plastic surgery and other things like that can cause issues while Venus is in retrograde. So that's a kind of a no-no at this point. You may feel like your love life is a little stagnant, or your emotions are not really rising up clearly. There are going to be people falling in love though, and you're going to see this like, oh my gosh, I met my partner and I can't believe that they're coming in at me. And part of that could be old lovers or old partners coming back up as well. And make sure that there's a reason why they're an ex. I always say there's always a reason why they're an ex, and that's something for you to decide, is that what I want to go back into or not. Let's see. A lot of times during kind of this Venus in retrograde, especially during the quarantine and the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, you may feel like this crush of energy of, especially around the 9th of December, of kind of like the government kind of pulling us back in, like, oh no, we can't have Christmas together, we can't have this together, we can't do this together. And that's that crush of like, we want to be in control. It's not going to last very long, but I do feel like it will come in and pull everybody together and then explode back out, kind of in their face in a way. All of this kind of really happens in the sign of or close to Gemini. So you're going to feel people that are more chatty or more talky, kind of like they want to talk things out. You may hear them go on and on and on about certain things. So just be aware of that. It's kind of an interesting energy with this. One of the things that I found really interesting in doing this one is a lot of people have understood kind of like men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and it may be a little outdated or kind of outgendered in some ways, but it's one of those, we always have both sides or both aspects to us. We can be more female, which is what most people consider to be softer, more nurturing, more easygoing energy. And then we also always have that masculine energy, that aggressive, amped up energy. I need to take care of myself first, that sort of thing. And this always comes together during a Venus in retrograde, but it's more fluid. It's one of those, we both have both energies in us all the time. We have estrogen and testosterone in our systems at all times. It's one of those, which one is amping up and which one is amping down. That's the best way to understand this kind of gender fluidity at this point. Let's see, how to take advantage of this retrograde. I think this is one of the best aspects of understanding retrograde energy. It is unwise to make really quick decisions or kind of impulse decisions or things like that, or things out of anger, or having a temper tantrum. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't get upset, kind of like take time to communicate through things, communicate through your frustrations, your needs. And even if that's like, give me a second, I need to kind of gather my thoughts together and decide, what do I want to do? Because you don't want to be cruel for no reason. And a lot of times you're doing it out of frustration more than anything else, especially during Venus in retrograde. So remember, it's having that right energy around you. Both you and your partner may be both feeling unappreciated, and that's something to kind of like change during this time frame. So many times people are like, I don't feel like my husband appreciates me, or my wife doesn't appreciate me. And I was like, usually you're feeling that and they're feeling it as well, and that's why you feel double amped up, like, I don't feel like they're appreciating me at all. And it really wasn't that they weren't appreciating you, it's y'all both felt unappreciated. So appreciate each other, take time to appreciate each other and the differences and the balance of that. No relationship is ever 100% in balance at all times. It's a come and go. So just remember that. It's kind of the easier part to remember. But if you're feeling unappreciated, make sure that they feel appreciated, because then they're going to give that back to you. Venus in retrograde can be really messing with our emotions. It's give yourself time, be patient with yourself and be kind. And like I said, if you're feeling that you don't have something in your relationship, give it to the other person. And that should give them a signal like, oh, I need to appreciate them as well. So kind of pushing that energy back. If you've been single or been dating around, this is a really great time to kind of set a new format, kind of set a new boundaries for people, kind of what do you want to bring into you, what are your boundaries in communications, your boundaries for how to date or what you want to date, that sort of thing. It's all about coming up on your side. And kind of navigating through this whole, like, we need to stay at home all the time compared to leaving a lot. So it's one of those, find that balance. Venus is all about finding that perfect balance for people. Let's see. Try to find some time to be calm or do some meditations. This can also amp up your own energy as well. If you have any things that are coming up negative wise, make sure you're working through those. Sometimes during Venus in retrograde, it can bring up these memories of, my mom has passed, my dad has passed, my grandparents are passed, that sort of thing, and kind of like past loves that we've had in our lives. And that can bring up a lot of sadness as well. And it's not a new sadness. It's not, oh my gosh, I'm grieving all over again. It's kind of like, they were your love. They loved you and you loved them. And it's just kind of bringing that back up into your mind frame. Do something to appreciate them. If that's visiting their grave or writing a note to them or whatever it is. Sometimes like writing a note and burning it, kind of like sending it up to wherever you're at, can be really a productive thing, and kind of work through that energy as well. Practice a lot of self-soothing during this time frame, taking care of yourself. Hot steamy tubs are always fun during the winter time. Burning candles, kind of welcoming to that new tranquility that we would love to have in our lives. And like I said, setting new healthy boundaries is very, very, very important during this time frame. And I think that's kind of the interesting part about Venus in retrograde. A lot of times people say, oh, no one falls in love in Venus in retrograde. And I'm like, it happens. It totally happens. It really can. Our first card in our angel cards is divine guidance. If you have someone drawing up to your energy, take the time to investigate their energy and what does it feel like. And setting those new healthy boundaries in any relationship can be healthy, not only for you, but for them as well. Children, looking at things, children never question, what's going to happen next, or why is this happening, or whatever else, in a weird sort of way. It's kind of like they let things flow until they're ready for that next phase. And then it's like, okay, now I'm ready for the next part. I'm ready for this next energy to come in. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael can help you set some really healthy boundaries during Venus in retrograde that can really help not only set the stage for what's happening now, but it can also set the stage for starting this new relationship, starting new friendships. Romance. Romance is always a fun one during Venus in retrograde. And if you are in a long-term relationship, make sure that you're amping up your own romance. I hear so many people go, oh, it's my husband's job to romance me. Nope, sorry. Romance your husband, romance your partner in a way that you haven't done. Lighting candles or putting on something that you love, respecting your body and making you feel happy and comfortable. That's the best way to do it. I think it's one of those, it's really, really interesting. So many times people go, well, I need to have my fake eyelashes on or my Botox done or this done or that done. And it's one of those, that's usually not what the guy is falling in love with. He's falling in love with your confidence. Now, if you're doing all that for your self-confidence, that's one thing. But if you're doing it because I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel like I'm worthy enough, that's the wrong reason to do it. So make sure that you are amping up your energy during this time frame, setting healthy boundaries for the people around you so that you can really nurture this energy coming through, nurture both sides of you, that male and that female sign coming out in your energy during Venus in retrograde. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.